Let's take a little walk through the garden. These are the birdhouses that I spotted a bluebird. Looked like she was nesting a little bit earlier this month, but now it looks like she may have abandoned the house. Maybe she found a better home somewhere else. My pots have survived even all the heat, looking a little droopy today because we've had a little bit more dry weather. There's an old chair in this yard. I salvaged it out of the lake after it blew off our dock. I've got some vines growing on it and might just explore and see what happens to it as the vines start to cover it. It might just end up being recycled somewhere else. And then the rest of the garden is looking a little bare in spots. My Sega palm bushes that I thought I lost have really decided to come back and be pretty full this year. I'll see if I can zoom in a little bit so you can see. There's one Sega. A little distorted in shape and size because I had left it out all winter. But still, nonetheless, it survived. And then you see out here is the beautiful lake behind us. The lighting's not the greatest. And then I have another little group of pots here where I always come down and trim some of my herbs. I have basil and dill and chives and a few other things growing in this little area here. Then I have a plot of elephant ears that come back every year, and they just get so bodacious. I probably need to thin these out a little bit so that they're not quite so overpowering for the walk. And then I have a couple of different vining plants going on here, just climbing up the column of the deck, and other little mint and lantana, some purple heart, some more elephant ears. Lots of different things going on here. And then I'll take you around up onto our lower patio where we see several of these pots that are doing great. I just want to show you this one. This morning it was a lot prettier because the canna was in full bloom, and here the lighting isn't the greatest, but it has a canna lily, another spiky plant, and wave petunias in it, and they seem to have liked it and survived despite the heat. We have a pretty good irrigation system. Have a couple little old rockers that we had restored recently and put this fun fabric on. Now we're going down towards the lake on the pergola, towards the pergola, and we have a vine, chocolate bean vine that's finally starting to cover up there. A couple of ferns that I brought to the yard last summer. They overwintered in our lower level downstairs and seem to have survived fairly well with very little attention and a lot of neglect during the winter months, so we were fortunate there. Here's the bed that I just put in last summer, and the lantana came back. Totally overgrown right now because I haven't had a chance to get out there and trim it, and the elephant ears are almost as tall as I am. It's amazing, and all of this was just first planted last summer, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen to it, and I probably need to thin and move and rearrange some things, but it's been quite interesting to watch it come back this year. So that's a little bit of the tour of the garden this year that you saw glimpses of pictures last year. Hope you enjoy.